So, welcome everyone. Today we've got Suvani. This is episode 4 of Coding with Friends, this second season. And Suvani is an artist researcher. She's from Delhi and has been actively thinking and engaging with techno political processes that listening is embedded in. She's been looking at generative and speculative possibilities. She works with sound and intermedia assemblages and has been exploring various modes of transmission to investigate and recompose the concept, histories, fictions, myths, sensations, and intensities that the oral carries and reveals. And so that was her like more formal
Oh,
introduction. But Swani and I know each other since I don't know, maybe like 2011 12, where we briefly overlapped when we were both interested in working on museums, and I was at the Indian Music Experience, which was at that time just a Khali building, and Suvani had been doing some. Oh no! Before that, we actually met in the food residency, right? Or maybe you met Agat.
yeah, yeah. Actually, funny, I think in a weird way, I've been
No, no.
shadowing you. Uh, you know
Huh.
what? Much later because I think you did the food residency, then I
Huh.
did the food residency after that, and then Design Habit
Huh.
was, I think,
Yes.
the other
Yes. Correct.
overlap
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the museum.
Yeah. Thanks,
So,
Webavi. Yes, the recording is on. I have become a diligent soul now. Yeah, and then Suvani sort of moved, gravitated towards sound and audio, and kind of less of the design, new media design stuff that you know that she was doing earlier, and then we kind of re-overlapped last year, more specifically with Amitesh's project, Amitesh Grover's project, The Last Poet, where she uh, and her team, they developed uh, a sort, what would you call it, ambient soundtrack. I don't know how you like to describe it. Is that the right way?
yeah, I think it was sort of like the soundscapes for
Soundscape.
the for
Okay,
the
sorry. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
piece for the work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a real insight into, like, I knew that she was into sound, but I really didn't understand what she meant when she said that. But it was a really interesting insight into how she was developing it for spaces. And yeah, Nanditi remembers. So Nanditi and I, along with Praveen, Gagan, were working with Amitesh and on the digital, like the space part, and Suvani was doing the sound. And she's so that's how I got to know about this, and I think it's sort of been an interesting format to look at her journey and see what she's been doing. And so today's experiment is very, like, we're keeping it very light and simple. And we're just trying to see what is possible with P5GS and audio input. Um, my sort of my super
Mhm.
favorite library is the P5 speech recognition library, which is not very well maintained, but is reasonably sort of good in terms of trying out small experiments and things like that. So I'll just quickly move to the screen uh, with the project. I've added the link in the chat if anyone wants to just kind of follow along. If you are able to edit it, please avoid like experimenting on this one. Just make a copy and then go for it. Yeah, no arrays. Kushal hates it when I do arrays. And and yeah, so what we are Swani, you want to like explain to everyone what we were thinking of trying out?
Getting interested in what are those sort of articulations or registers or modalities of voice which are unvoiced, or for instance, like whispers, murmurs, mutters, things that sort of don't fall within a particular understanding of speech. Whisper also because it has a lot of so I mean it's actually called as the unvoiced phonation. In a way, it's also referred to as unvoiced because when you're whispering, then your vocal cords are actually not
Okay.
being exercised. Basically, it's air that's passing through your larynx, and the friction leads to some sort of an audible disturbance. And I mean, the idea of whisper also has like a lot of connotations, like either as something that's haunted, the sinister voice or the voice of the undead, that sort of an entity, but also there are implications of intimacy, proximity. There's a lot of interesting stuff that we're looking at right now around ASMR. You have like videos and reading clubs, etc., around like this whole idea of the ASMR speech. And there's a bunch of other prompts also that have been a part of our conversations. Like lately, I was looking at how Biden in a lot of his speeches starts to shift into like this gear of whispering. And I'll share a couple of links. It's very interesting because like whispering becomes like a tactic almost there, because it's not like, but he's still like creating these sort of performative moments, which are tactically tied in with certain, ideas and political discourse, movements in political discourse. So, yeah, so we thought what we'll do is something very simple. Maybe we look at speech to text, but looking at the idea of whisper, and also how Alexa recently has developed a whisper mode. So, you can whisper to Alexa and actually not other conversation agents. I think it's just Alexa. I'm not super sure. And then Alexa can whisper back at you. So this interest in the whisper has also technological developments in conversational assistance. And I think Ambika was also telling me about this idea of confidence in machine learning, which is very interesting. Maybe she can talk a little bit more about it. So we were
Yeah.
thinking of app
Yeah, I mean,
confidence.
sort
Yeah.
of because of the collab fellowship and general kind of like peripheral interest in machine learning, I've been always encountering this word confidence, and when I kind of understood like the basic way it works is that the way I explain it and the way I've understood is that it's like Yugen has a developing brain, and then one sees that when you're telling him something, he kind of like builds on top of it in terms of his understanding. It's almost like a machine learns on top of its own training. So so I found that sort of analogy to be easy in terms of understanding, but even in the most basic sense, it's the confidence level of any model, of a machine learning model, can be as simple as Suvani standing at a corner and I'm walking to her, and at a distance of say 200 meters or 400 meters, she can see a vague figure of me. She may assume that it's me because maybe she knows what kurta I was wearing or shirt I was wearing, and so she may have like a 2% confidence that it's me, or a 20% confidence. And as I'm getting closer to her, she's more and more confident that it's Ambika, as opposed to Nanditi or Kushal or whoever else might be walking with me, on that same road. So that kind of applies not just to like visual or image based machine learning, it applies to also audio based learning. So when we were exploring P5 speech, the library is actually a port of Google's speech libraries, like the TTS, text to speech and speech to text libraries or whatever. And we found that there is a parameter that calls itself confidence, and that was something we were interested to see how it works in context of the whispers. Uh, so
Mm.
Indrani auntie is saying that Alexa does work with the whisper, and she's been like trying it at her own house where she's whispering back to Alexa. So, um so it's sort of what we were just thinking about experimenting with, and so today we've just come a little bit like less prepared about what we are doing, but just like in general thinking about a specific content, which is the whisper. And so Vani's come with a bunch of wave files of simple, what do you call them, Suvani? Micro sounds.
Yeah, they're just basic micro sounds which are
Okay.
onomatopic. Onomatopic, they are called. So,
Yeah.
for instance, like the door bangs,
Mm-hmm.
So the bang is an onomatopic sound or word. So, and a lot of cartoons and stuff use these sort of sounds. pops, blinks,
Mm-hmm.
bops, that pops, that kind of thing. So I mean, I just sort of like quickly put together a library because we thought that if we kind of want to do a mapping
Mm-hmm.
in some way of understanding how our own speech is being mapped to confidence levels, then can we just create a simple feedback where the confidence is being, translated or sonified into
Mm-hmm.
these micro sounds. So it's sort of like,
Okay.
yeah, a return, a
Mm-hmm.
feedback for us then,
So,
uh,
is it
which is
okay if I
not
share
numeric.
these the GitHub repo link to everyone, because I don't know about the source of these wave files. Are they just yours or general use? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All from
Okay.
P-Sound and all.
Uh,
It's
Cool, cool.
Creative
All right.
Commons.
So,
Yeah.
we are just kind of using this repo to kind of use like as a storage space, and then the rest of the code we'll continue on Glitch, which is here now. So, if you're not familiar with Glitch, it's basically like a code editor, and it's online, and it allows collaborative, as opposed to P5 Live, which we've been using in the past streams, which is only specifically for P5 and only specifically for more like visual, like things which are more visual in their nature. So I wasn't able to like successfully port the speech recognition library, although I'm certain it's not difficult. It's just that I wasn't able to figure it out. So we've just set that up, and we've got a little bit of code already here. I'll just make this a bit smaller, maybe, because probably we don't need it even. So we've got this little canvas, and so there's a new. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a rule, but there are these sort of new stipulations which require a user's input to do anything relating to webcam, mics, or adding sound or video. So this
Mm.
you might see like most common format for this is that nowadays when you like do YouTube video, open a new tab, and you don't go to the tab, you're still hanging out in the previous tab, the video doesn't play. Like remember earlier, it would just start playing on its own, and I could hear it in the background. So this is now sort of a thing where it requires a user's
Mm.
input for the video to start. So this is a little bit of a limitation now, specifically
Mm.
when you're doing creative coding experiments, because things don't work like on their own. You'll have to give some kind of an interface for a user uh, to input in for things to start. So what we've done now is we've just added the P5 speech library, and we've called it in a simple variable, and I made a button. And so the button is all it's doing is it's opening out the mic, and then it's starting all of the functions for the speech recognition library. So the way this works is
Mm.
that if I open my console log, sorry, many errors, but not all mine, hopefully. So it should be okay. Wait, oops, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, it should happen, but 1 second. Let me see if it works like this. Let me just see if it's working. 1 second. Sorry. Let's start it again. I don't know if the text will come through. It should have set up. 1 second. Okay, now these new things that added in the end always give me this. See, Swani, this is why I say Vana, but it eventually happens to be a little bit more. So I'm very sorry. We'll just figure it out.
Yeah. I think this move to glitch
Yeah,
was also like
exactly.
a.
It kind of, I had to do it at the last minute. Sorry. Uh, 1 second. Let me just try to run it locally once and see.
Do any of you other guys have some Um, Not just whispers, but other registers maybe which can make one think about interesting sort of stuff, like how we picked up on the whisper, maybe something to do with murmurs or muttering. Okay, so in terms of voice, register is thought of in terms of the range of, say, frequencies that a voice can occupy or emanate. So, not just frequencies, but also like amplitudes, right? So,
Oops.
um, occupying a certain register of voice would mean that you're sort of there's a certain amplitude to it, there's a certain frequency, a certain pitch, a certain tenor to it. So that is what register is. But what is the formal definition of a register? Let's see. Register.
Do you want to share your
Okay.
screen? Maybe you can show some links if you want.
Sure.
Okay, your screen
Yeah.
is sharing.
Okay. So yeah. So let's see maybe let's look at register, what it actually means in terms of like where does the word come from and what does it mean in terms of the voice. Um, So register in the online dictionary etymology says um, to record. Okay. But in terms of, yeah, interesting. Sometimes very basic words like register, mode, one just uses them, but one doesn't know how to completely like fix it, right? So let's see yeah, in an instrument. This is basically what I was just talking about, right? Like a particular part of a range. So range could be in terms of frequency, it could be in terms of amplitude. Um, and the mouth is like a very dynamic assemblage. So the registers of voice that can emanate from the mouth and then the body can occupy many different ranges, right? So from whispering to screaming, shouting, speech that cuts across various ranges, right? Um, so that is possibly sort of interesting to think of also in terms of machine learning. So when is something understood as a command or um, you know, and when is it ignored in that sense? There's also, I was telling Ambika that there's a text that I was reading, which I actually have here, which we can just look at. So it's Brandon Labella, who's a sound theorist, and the book is called The Lexicons of the Mouth, Poetics and Politics of Voice and the Oral Imaginary, and it's really interesting because it actually looks at all of these. Like if you look at the index page here, which I don't think it's being, okay, my screen is
It
not
is,
being
it is.
shared, right? The
You,
book, no, but I don't think the book is being
I think you're
shared
sharing one particular
because it's
tab.
in,
So there's a new open tab, but it's empty.
uh, correct, right. So I was just opening preview, but it's okay. I'll just open it here. So this is the book that I was talking about.
Is there a link that you have?
And yeah, it's, I put it here. So this is something that has been giving me like a great insight into thinking more deeply about voice. The mouth, and he's looking at the mouth as a very dynamic assemblage, as a structure, almost as an architecture. And within the architecture of the mouth, there's all these activities. If you go to the index, which is, can I find it here?
Okay, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
So if you go to the table of contents with bite, chew, eat, then there's an entire chapter dedicated to the register of shouting and screaming. Then there is a section
Uh-huh.
on murmuring and whispering. And whistling. And whistling and whispering also share the same
Okay.
origins, like word origins. Whistle, whisper comes from the same, like whisper comes from whistle, which is also like operationally it
Mm-hmm.
works in the same way. It's air that's, passing through your larynx
Okay.
or mouth, uh, instead of the vocal cords being
Got it.
vibrated. Yeah. So
Yeah,
shall we go?
I'll just show you my screen now. This somehow it's
Yeah.
working locally. Maybe someone can help us a bit. But once I hit the start, you guys can see probably in the console log whatever I'm speaking is kind of turning up with a number. I don't know, Swani, can you
Mm.
see it on the Skype maybe? Huh.
Yeah, I'm seeing it on
So,
Skype
so you
only.
can
Yeah.
see that it has a sort of number attached which gives you a sense of how confidently it's able to tell you what I'm saying, right?
Mm.
So for
Yeah.
example, it took that as oops.
Right.
It's just not stopping. Yeah. So the numbers are like ranging between 0 to 1. So if you look at it in terms of like 0 meaning absolutely no confidence about what I said, and 1 being like super
Mm.
confident about what I said. So typically it does sometimes come into the point 0.9 0.8 range. uh, so but if I whisper really slowly, it just takes some other random things. So this is what we were thinking of playing with. Unfortunately, I'm not able to add it to the thing here. I mean, I have it in the console log. So let me, if you don't mind seeing my screen for like another 2 minutes, Suvani, then I'll try to see if we
Mm.
can bring it bring it
Yeah,
onto the
yeah.
sketch like in a written format onto the canvas. And if that works out, then we are kind of sorted. Yeah, so now here you can see it's kind of changing here. I don't know if you can see my Skype thing. So I'll bring this,
Mm.
yeah, bring this
Can see.
to our glitch. Maybe this bit of code will work.
Mm. Right.
Okay. Let me check here. But the thing is that if I wish I could input your voice also in this, but okay. So okay, this is giving some kind of an error. Uh, would somebody be able to give us some simple co-coding format where I can get Suvani and then we can just do a screen share? This is the first time this has kind of happened like this. Uh,
Is there anything in the chat? Okay.
it's working for co-coding, but it's throwing some kind of a error and it's not allowing the speech thing to work. I can reshare the link on the chat if someone can help us. Okay. Okay. Okay, here it seems to be fine. So, Suvani, we'll have to just adjust a bit. And like the live,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
this live parallel thing is.
You
Pardon?
stop screen sharing. I'll just stop
No, that's fine.
sharing
We just need to open
and
the sketch in a different tab. That's it. So
wait.
that's okay. So
Hmm.
then anything we do here, we'll just have to test it on another tab.
Got it.
That's, I mean, it's not a big deal,
Okay.
but just a bit unfortunate. That's all. Okay, so yeah, so now I have a sense of confidence that I can, like, one can see on this. But so now, Suvani, I don't know what you want to do beyond this.
Can we just
Mm-hmm.
test this out a little bit again?
So
Like,
I can,
so the value, for instance,
sorry,
I'm
go ahead,
not,
please.
yeah. Uh, so for instance, when try saying something like, I don't
I've just
know,
sent you the link on Skype. You can open it on your
oh,
computer,
one
and I'll
second.
share your screen so people can see what you're doing.
Uh-huh. Okay, there's just too
Sorry.
much going on here. One second. Skype, chat, got it.
So
Yeah, yeah, no, no.
it
I don't think I'm like, we used to like
sorry.
so much like multi-platform.
No, it's
Why are you
like,
saying sorry? I never be used to it. My bad.
so just hit
Okay,
start,
so he
and
wants to use.
then it might
Yeah,
ask. Yeah.
it said height. So are you taking? Hello, hello. Uh, I don't think it's listening to anything that I'm saying.
Really?
It's stuck.
Just
Yeah, one sec.
just
Yeah.
refresh it maybe and then try.
Start. Start.
Okay, wait. Let me
Oops.
check if some. I hope someone's not like fiddled
Uh,
with the code there.
it's a blank screen
No,
now.
it seems to be the same.
Right.
No others anyway can't
See,
do
can
it.
you share
Sorry.
screen? It's blank. Can you see
Ah,
my screen?
why so? Let me see. Uh, what is this not secure coming
Hmm.
on the left here?
Oh, now-
Okay, now hit start.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now you now are you working now? Hello? Yeah, okay, cool. Um, so I like if I want to see the
You
values, then
just do
I'm just going
inspect, na,
to
like right click and inspect. You can just go to the console. Uh, Second, yeah, perfect.
okay. So basically the range is from
Yeah,
0 to
0 to
10,
1,
right?
0 to 1.
0 to 10. Yeah. Okay, 0 to uncaught exception. Fail to execute
Array,
start.
why? Just refresh.
Hmm.
No, Webavi, it can't listen to both because basically it's only listening uh, to the uh, to the person on whose computer it is. So I mean, it's listening to both, but there's no way in which they are meeting. So I think it's
Well, the thing is that when you're speaking, it's also listening to my
that's
mic, no?
possible.
So like your voice, so that's why it's
Ah,
actually
okay.
listening to both of us
Oh, so
right now. So
it called
speak.
Vaibhavi
If
Avinash for whatever
Avin,
reason. So
who's
I
Avinash?
don't know. Nobody,
Right.
at least I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
It's
creating people.
creating people.
So like
Hmm.
see the last line listening to both, it's coming up at a 90%, whereas it's coming up is like 0.009,
Yeah.
so that's like a less than, like multiplied by 100 will give you a percentage, so it's like point 0.1 or point 0.9 or point 0.09
Yeah.
depending on.
Hmm. It seems to your voice. It seems to be more confident.
Is
I
it?
think. Because as I speak, no,
Yeah, I
it's
mean it
pretty
may,
much the
so like
same, I
it's,
guess.
that's what I feel always, these things are like they're human na, so they also take a breather in between, so it's likely that
Mhm.
it's just taking like a bit of time, but eventually it
Mm,
ends up kind of working out.
right.
So what we could
So if I
do
start,
is like we can something very simple like put an if statement and only get the sentences where the confidence level is more than 50%, or only take those which are
yeah.
less, because of course we are talking about whispering. So then
Mm,
and then see what it's trying to guess out of those whispers. uh, I mean, those are some things
yeah.
that we could do.
Also, look at what is the point beyond which it just doesn't show up, no? So, um, so why are you not working now?
Just a small break, I think. Okay.
Right.
Or there could be a limit also, like
Uh,
how much is allowed, something like that.
maybe.
It's okay, like in all
Right.
experiments,
Mm.
refresh is the best button to have. So just to like,
So, so, so what do we do now? It heard that is Tula. I was, I was whispering.
are you sure Pegasus project is not
I
watching us?
will not.
It didn't take that.
Okay,
So
out. You weirding. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess the amplitude is like a major is the main
yeah,
sort of thing here, no? Mm. Right. So what do we do now
don't know.
with and again why it's again like just decided to
Yeah,
rest. It's like I'm tapping out of all this. I don't want anything to
it's
do with
nonsense.
you guys. Yeah. Right. Oh,
All kinds of funny messages in the.
not
What is this?
really. I haven't been
Okay.
seeing the chat
Okay,
messages.
so basically, with all webcam and audio input related things, they only work on HTTPS. So now it's showing not secure. So it's something like it's the way it's reading your link. So maybe if you just refresh, it might come back.
Hmm. Yeah, it's back. Okay. So should we go back into the code and see what we can
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
what we can do, what we okay. Yeah, this is addictive also,
Okay.
right?
So I'll reshare my screen now for everyone with the code. But anyway, you can see all of it, so it should be fine for you. Um, yeah. So now, so what we are basically doing till this point, Sovani, is just that we've called this speech recognition like this library module, and we are just saying that
Hmm.
if there's any kind of string in the speech recognition, you just throw it as a text onto the canvas. That's all that we've done up till now.
Yeah.
And because the background is in draw, it's like refreshing it, and there's no that imprint thing that everybody loves about P5, and processing is not there in this. So it's just
Hmm.
refreshing it. So I mean,
Hmm.
now we can like explore it in whatever way you feel best. Like I remember you were telling us about those scores as well. So like say if you want to
Hmm.
start adding them and see like what happens based on how confidently it's able to recognize what you're saying, and just like placing it out as small
Hmm.
scores on the canvas. We can try that.
Hmm.
But I mean, it'll be a bit like what is that thing when you like when they say na ki you join it with spit kind of a thing. So it'll not be really like it'll just be kind of a
Yeah.
wonky little thing, but at least it'll give you a sense of where
Yeah.
you can take these ideas that you want to kind of look at. Maybe you can tell us a bit about the scores, because
Oh.
I think you and I discussed it, but I think it would be interesting for I don't know. I'm just like throwing it out there to you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. So, I mean, one of the things that we spoke about was also how, a score is basically like a kind of representation um, for music. So, like a composition, for instance, can be a score for a composition would either be notational in the form of the staff notations, which then becomes a way to read it and perform it. But then there's also like textual scores, which I think like a lot of experimental, musicians and sound artists started to compose, and textual scores become a more free-form way a more generative way of generating compositions. So like you write a score, which is, I mean, it's sort of like a literary form of describing what something should sound like, and then the performer can perform it in their own way, basically, right? So it leads to a lot of generative combinations. And Pauline Oliver is one of the is a composer and sound artist who was working with a lot of textual scores. She was an American composer, and they were sort of also looking at. Pauline was looking at this whole idea of deep listening and sonic awareness, and there was a whole bunch of sonic meditations that they were writing out. And as a part of that, one of the anthologies that she brought out was called this Anthology of Text Scores. And so maybe we can pick up something from there and actually speak it out in different ways, and then see how it maps onto the
Yeah.
confidence,
Just
maybe,
as a sorry, just
or
as a
even,
reference, I only
yeah,
very recently understood that after like music got a bit of a technology handle in the 70s, the way people wrote scores changed. It was not just like musical notations. So perhaps if you could talk about that in a bit of a larger historical context, and if you can show, maybe John Cage would be a good example, or someone else, to just give a sense of that too,
right.
because I think in the popular imagination a score is still the sheet music that you see.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, no, exactly. So I think at some point, like, so within the canon of like Western music, staff notation and these sort of very sort of contained, rigid, disciplined practices of reading music were being followed. But then there were musicians, there were composers like Stockhausen. So Stockhausen and a bunch of other like Cage, all of them started to open up a field of more experimental listening, within which textual scores became a recurrence, right? So actually, Ambika, maybe since you're sharing your screen, you could also open that anthology of text scores that I
Yeah,
shared
that
with you,
I'm
that
just
book.
loading, वो load हो रहा था,
Yeah,
हाँ.
right.
हाँ.
So, for instance, here, so the canon of musicians and artists who are wanting to push the boundaries of what listening actually is beyond the musical traditions or beyond the rigid discipline. And Pauline was also very much interested in attending to the idea of listening itself, like how is listening as a practice cultivated, and how is it how can a score be created to develop listening as a practice, for instance. So this entire technology of hers is actually to take the listener in modes of listening in a way. By so for instance, if you go to maybe just go to the index once, can, and
Wait, hold on.
yeah, right. So now here, for instance, if you go to this particular one called where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is
If you
it?
have it open on your screen, we can.
Uh,
Sh-
yeah, yeah. You can go to page 150. Sorry, page 165. Right?
this one, choose when and how to express that
Yeah.
phrase.
Well, yeah, it's one. It's so irritating because your preview. We have 165. Yeah. So after
165.
this.
Ah, okay. Magnetic trail. Can you see?
Why is it? हाँ, मैग्नेटिक ट्रेल के बिल्कुल पहले.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, the page right before it. Page numbers are. हाँ. So if you go ऊपर, one more page ऊपर, right above this. Yeah, right above. Yeah. So then this is a score that she's written called the inner outer sound matrix. Now here, so basically the textual score says for an ensemble, listen inwardly for your own sound, choose when and how to play the sound or not, listen outwardly for a sound from the ensemble, um, choose
Or
when
not.
and how to play the
How to
sound
play?
or not.
Sorry. Good.
How to play means that sustain, yeah, and release, right? So the moment an ensemble reads this, each sentence is interpreted in their own way. Like each member of the ensemble would interpret it in their own way. And so what happens then is a very generative process, and there elements of randomness, chance kind of get accommodated. So textual scores were basically a way of also kind of dealing more
Okay.
formally with the idea of
And
chance.
was sorry.
Um,
Go ahead, please.
and a fluff.
Okay. No,
No,
mine,
no,
I
no,
always
yeah,
have these very
that's
digressing questions. But I just wanted to know because you had an interest in
mm.
music even when you came in to like learn about IME. So is it that you were formally trained as a young, as a young student, or is it you saw it at home, or like how did you kind of gravitate to this music related stuff?
So no, I haven't been formally trained, but I think I started to just like I think like most of us, a lot of us, we just start to explore like say the
Ah,
keyboards as a trained. So like I started to do that and I
okay.
got interested and just tried to like
Uh huh.
self-taught myself a bit. But then um, uh, yeah, and just maybe doing casual jams with like a bunch of friends and like producing really shit stuff.
Okay. Cool.
So, trained or I don't even call myself a
Huh.
musician that way. I think for me, sound is more like a it becomes like a vocabulary that you like sort of it gets developed or it's been developed for me outside of the musical learning
Yeah.
in a way. So it's also more yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So now at this point, like, do you want to kind of try and see how we can map it on the canvas or something like that, or you want to pick a piece that you like to try?
Yeah, we can actually look at this
Cool.
piece only. We can look at the piece. We can look at for a
Uh huh.
reader,
Okay.
maybe. And this is interesting because it says choose a text of current political, scientific, or artistic interest. So it's also a series of instructions in a way, no? Then listen inwardly for a word to express. Choose when and how to say this word or not. Listen outwardly. Um, and choose a word or phrase from the selected text. Choose when and how to express. So when they say how to express refers to the speaking style, that's in a way what we are also trying to do, right? Speaking style as in is it whisper, rhetorical, natural, declamatory, theatrical. Um, maybe if one of you would like to share a piece of text and then we can try and read it in this way because the first instruction is
Okay.
to
Yeah,
pick a
that's a good
text,
idea. Arey wah.
choose a
Audience
text.
interaction. Okay. Any
Maybe
text is
some
fine. If someone
happen now.
wants to like put it in the chat, uh, it'll be first come first server.
Anything that you
Don't
read.
put some
We
garbage. Okay.
um,
It takes like there's a little bit of latency between us and the folks on the stream.
yeah,
Can you hear Yugen in the back?
I can totally call you again for testing,
He
no?
can hardly speak.
No, no
Maybe
link.
they're all googling क्या डाले
Hmm.
क्या डाले.
So, chalo, we'll wait for another 30 seconds.
Should we?
Actually, one
Sorry,
thing
go ahead.
to mind is that Pegasus, the Snoop के हाँ आ गया कुछ. Oh, this is a poem.
Sounds like it's about Corona. Is it?
Yeah. Where is it from and what is the source? N3 was.
Oh, that is Sovin spelled reverse. Sorry, I'm not supposed to reveal not which handles and all. Sorry, guys. It's not my fault. I know everybody.
Was okay for the source. Fear inoculum tool.
Okay, maybe I'll Google it so we can just show it on a tab as well.
Hmm.
Oh, I think it's a it's lyrics from a song.
Oh, okay, okay. By tool. Okay, cool. Um,
Listen, I don't know all
nice.
these. What is this tool? Is the band? Is it? Okay, tool. I thought it was called Fear
Yeah, yeah.
Inoculum Tool, the band's name. Sorry. I my sincere apologies. Okay, so you have that with you, right? From the so I can do a screen share of your page, and then you can read it out and then give a sense of how you'd like to make it like a bit more like
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah. So maybe what we can do is we can read this out and we can read it out in all the different ways that Pauline is directing us to read it out in. Because how to
Mm-hmm.
express can keep changing. And with every how to express, we can look at the content.
Okay.
But then also, I don't have any kind of like, I mean, this would have been nice if there's someone who's like a, like in theater, they learn to throw their voice in ways
No,
and
no,
all.
it's
I
fine.
can't do all that.
We'll
But
just like experiment, na? It's okay. It's not necessary that all of our friends like are available to us when we want to try something. It's fine. We'll just fool around with it and see what's possible. It's more to just sense those possibilities. Uh,
yeah. Also, a text has been chosen. Now listen inwardly for a word to express how to say this word or not. Listen outwardly and choose a word or phrase from the selected text. So there's an inward selection and there's an outward. So in the outward selection, let's look at the text that's been chosen. Let's look at exhale, okay? And inward selection, I'll just
mhm.
look at inhale as a word, uh, right? So it's, I mean, I'm just sort of, yeah. So let's say inhale, exhale with different breaks and pauses, and then let's see what the confidence
Okay.
is. This is actually, yeah. So shall I,
Your
is my
screen is
screen
the
also
one
being
being
shared?
shared, but you'll have to go
Or,
to that the main sketch, the last tab on your.
yeah, okay. So in inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. uh, Stuck, stalk. Inhale, 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 inhale. Wow, look at all this. Uh, okay, so basically it's interesting when there are no pauses between, no, like no
Yeah,
breaks.
it's continuously.
That's when a lot of
Yeah.
mistakes happen. Okay. So maybe we can think about mapping the output now to something in a way that it's
Mm-hmm.
not just returning numbers to us, but maybe
Yeah.
some kind of sound. So then
Mm-hmm.
it's like,
Okay.
we could try and do that. This inhale exhale is making me think of like my niece. Her school anthem is basic
Uh,
school anthem, right? Yeah, it's called breathing
wow.
in, breathing out. Um, so every day in the morning, like she's 5 and they begin their online classes with this song called
Very
Breathing In,
fancy.
Breathing Out. Um, and the
Yeah.
song of
So
the
true, though.
times. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying now let's map it to a sound. So let's try this. Give
Yeah.
me one of them from the 10 that you shared with me.
Any actually, just the first is fine. We can also map each of the 10 to like point 1, point 2, point 3, that kind of a
Okay.
mapping.
We'll get to that because you were a bit particular
Um,
about the 1 hour uh, uh, this thing. So we're almost there.
right.
So we'll have to like look at what we can do with it. Is this copy? 1 second. Sorry.
So,
Just give me
yeah.
a moment. Oh, it's just downloading it. 1 second. So I'll just pick it up from the GitHub repository where we've saved it. And
Mm-hmm.
I hope this is the right way to call it in. So this may have an issue where the same thing may happen, Suvani, where it will expect that there's a user input for it to play, but we'll just see what happens and then like run with it. So what is it called? Clang, and then in because it's a piece of media, you have to preload it. So I've just called it Clang, and I am load, I think, sound. I'll just quickly check the P5J's reference. Oh, but I don't know if whose thing we are sharing, your screen or mine. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mine, I think, right
I'll
now.
go
I'm
back to
not
mine
sure.
just to
Yeah.
give people a sense that where they can find these things. So this is like an additional library. So you can go to the library section of P5JS and then go to like now. Right now we need sound. Uh, okay, but maybe we don't need it now. Maybe it's there in the main thing. Okay, just sorry about this. 1 second. Create create audio.
I think just the
Sorry. Sorry, what were you saying?
no, I was just saying that, yeah, basically just the one that we were looking at, no, the
Huh.
basic one to just load the library and play something,
And
basically, right?
we'll say clang dot. Okay, I'll put it in the same. I don't know if this will work, but like because it's asking for a user input for the moment when you hit the start button,
Hmm.
let it play then. So
Yeah,
clang dot autoplay. Oops, what did I do?
let's try, yeah. Actually, the trigger for it is the value
Yeah,
of the
but I
mapping,
just
no?
want to test. I like to do it from the base because then like sometimes I commit to things and they don't happen. So like I just try to keep my my hopes little reasonable for myself.
Yeah,
One
that,
second. That's strange. 1 second. Is it? Can you just refresh yours to check if it's working?
yeah.
And the sound came through.
No, no, sorry. Mm,
That's fine. It's the same link.
one
It should be
second,
okay.
let's see. I use refresh and I shouldn't have anything.
Just hit start and if you can hear the sound.
Hmm. Mm, no.
Okay. Uh,
Hmm.
Wait, I'll just like
Maybe not on autoplay, no? Then maybe.
play
Uh,
maybe.
huh.
Okay, didn't work with that same button. Maybe it just needs an it needs.
Huh.
Maybe we can just do it like you were mentioning that if the confidence is of an X amount, then it should. Okay, so you're saying
Yeah.
that for that any word that we say, if the confidence is more than something, or do you want to like mark it to a specific word that you're saying?
No, no, no. For now, let's
X
just do
basically.
something basic only, which is that if it's greater than, yeah, if it's less than, let's look at it as less than. Like if it's less than 6, then
Okay.
it'll play.
Ha
Or
ha
a
ha.
point 0.6, sorry.
So if it's less than zero point 0.6, then you want the audio to play. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What is it called? Clang.
Yeah.
For those on the glitch link, just please let us know if there's anything incorrectly that I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, so it is playing it now, but it threw an error at some point. I don't know if people in the. I don't think
Mhm.
people would have got it in the. 1 second. I'll just try it again. Once.
Oh my God, sorry. Yeah, basically it'll, even if you're not speaking, it'll keep playing, no?
Yeah. Uh, no, not necessarily because I've told it that only do it if the result string is not empty.
Uh-huh.
So
Right, right.
normally we start by talking a bit softly and then we become more confident about what we are saying, I suppose, in a sense.
Yeah, right. Right. Also, I think, one sec. I think it's doing something to the. Oh, right.
Maybe I'll change
Hmm.
that audio. Like, is there a softer
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Correct. Thanks. Maybe it can just be the. Maybe just this two string could be better.
Two
Maybe just.
spring. Okay.
Mm. So eventually, if you map it to an array, then it'll kind of move along the array also and generate a range of sounds then.
Yeah, yeah. You can say, okay, more than this, more than that, less than this, less than that. So it can happen. It shouldn't be too difficult. It's still
Mm-hmm.
giving me clang only. Wait, maybe I need to
Have
do
you
some
loaded in
hard
the
refresh.
library?
Yeah, I changed it. Let's check again. Oh, it's still giving me clang only.
That's
Which
because you've written clang.play, no?
no,
But
that's
is the
fine.
op
I changed the file
that's
name,
not.
so it should be okay.
Oh,
But I hope I got the. Oh, bapre. 1 second. Hello.
yeah.
Sorry, not you. I was just testing the mic. Let me see. Maybe there's some error. Yeah, there is an issue. Like it's not able to do it too well.
Okay.
Maybe uh, it needs some other kind of parameters to keep it a bit like less stressed out. I don't
Right.
know. Maybe someone in the chat can tell us what it needs.
chat is very silent now.
Yeah. Continuous
Continuous might.
might not work well. Okay. So then it will happen
Mm.
only once. So ठीक है, we can try that also.
So the to just give it to just play once, how you play it and stop it, or like do you? Is there some sort of a
So
parameter?
there's just a parameter called continuous.
Acha,
Uh,
okay.
Acha, okay. All right. There's some bit of like more JavaScript, maybe like what is coming in from the code. But we'll
Mhm.
just try. So basically, if there is a in line 29, if you see, there's something called foo continuous, which I have just uncommented right
Mhm.
now, which
Right,
basically
right, right.
continuously checks it. But
Okay.
otherwise, then with if you don't do that, then it just checks it once. So we can try that.
Right,
Yeah, now it's coming
right.
through, but only that one time. Do you want to try it on your end?
Start, start. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think it's start.
No, now it's not got continuous on,
It's
so
just
that's
one,
why
right,
it's like
right.
once only.
Yeah.
Okay, one second. Some link has come in from. Okay, so this is going a bit into like some more like high like detailed
Mm,
JavaScript thing where basically the function has to run asynchronously, which
mm,
effectively means like it doesn't have to run line by line. It has to run if something runs and you chain it to that. Like if this happens,
mm,
then like chain it like this, which I'm not
mm,
very clever with. So
mm.
at this moment we can do something simpler like I don't know, give some idea of what it would mean for you to do something simpler.
Um, Ideas are not coming. Uh, Sorry, I'm a bit zonked out also today. But okay, so what can we do? We can maybe you remember that other thing that we were looking at where you say draw left, right, and it draws a
Uh-huh.
line,
Yeah.
the basic thing.
Uh-huh.
So maybe we should just like not try and invoke like sound, but
Uh.
just
Okay. So
but
that
then again, that's
pardon.
completely different.
No,
But
that's
that's again a, I mean,
that's fine also. It will require bit of like figuring out. It may take like 20 minutes type का समय चाहिए. तो
hmm,
we can do it. I don't mind because Yugen is with mummy. But if you feel like you want to like take a break at this point, I can help you with this separately. Because I think today
yeah,
has
yeah.
been quite
Also,
exciting for
I guess.
everyone about the music and scores and stuff much more than
Yeah,
the general
yeah,
general
yeah. Yeah,
stuckness that I get.
in any case, I think this is more a way to just begin to think about like
Yeah.
this idea of confidence, for instance, and like how that maps to whispers and um, articulations that are not very clear,
Mm-hmm.
very, coherent, formed in that sense. So I guess like we can continue working on some smaller sketches and stuff
Yeah.
later on. So yeah.
So I'll just
Um,
leave it like if you don't mind,
um,
maybe we'll just hang around for another few minutes and see if someone wants to just like
sure,
quickly ask you something or some I don't know.
absolutely.
You want to share something else?
Or I what could have been done today, other ideas of how
Uh,
we could
and or if you want to share something
take this
that got
further.
left or like something that you feel would be interesting for people to know about some project that you want to highlight,
Um,
reflect, not necessarily yours, the others is also fine.
well, I think maybe we can also look at some of the links that we were going through. No? So, for instance, I'll just also share um, the mm, yeah, okay. So, um, I mean, I'll just put the link here in the chat. So this is just, it's very interesting as a document. It's a documentation of subtitle guidelines, of how guidelines, like the guidelines to generate subtitles in films and stuff. And here they have a document, they have like a set of instructions for whispers. So like in a film or video, whenever the protagonists are whispering, two kinds of things. Like if it's a very short phrase, then it just appears in brackets, but if it is a longer sentence which runs on for a few minutes, then they indicate, like, so they indicate the word whispers on top, which I thought was interesting also, because then it collapses the entire, say, paragraph or speech of what's being said in that hushed kind of a tone
Yeah.
into one category of,
Yeah. I think
these are
this.
like just
Sorry.
key.
Go ahead, please. Sorry, sorry.
No, I mean, yeah, this is just some sort of quirky instances that appear all around
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, I think it's always very amusing to see like music playing, or like something in the brackets which they write in the subtitles
Yeah,
in films. And I was
yeah,
there is this artist, Christine Sun Kim. She's become very
yeah,
famous for the sign language
correct.
thing she did. So she had once posted something very interesting, like for her, when it says violins playing, it means nothing, you know. So like she was
Yeah,
thinking about
right.
what it means for her to kind of like, or in fact, even yesterday, I was asking Nanditi for some help, and I needed a royalty free version of something somebody had sent me, which was music. So she just gave me
Hmm.
like two things that said, okay, go for cinematic dark and search for something like that. So for whatever
Right.
reason, based on that particular piece, but it gave me a sense that even something as simple as that, instead of violins playing, could have
Hmm.
could have been more interesting for the hearing disabled person to read in the subtitles. There's a couple of
Right.
questions which I'll
Yeah, yeah.
so someone's asked, have you tried to explore subliminal, that's under the only, speech and tracks, like as
Hmm.
parallelly to whispers?
That's very interesting. No, I mean, I haven't really explored it, but yeah, I mean, subliminal speech and is also very interesting in terms of how um, I think all speech is subliminal in a way, right? Like, I mean, of course, what you're referring to is a more deliberate form of like planting certain things in between. But the interesting thing about speech and voice is that there's always something subliminal going on in the psychic. Uh, like there's always subliminal messages which the voice contains, right? Like not all of what's being said is all that you're wanting to say, or so I think the voice has that element of the subliminal in it, like built into it. And hidden tracks is also, yeah, like I remember this Eddie Vedder album, Into the Wild album. No, it had this side B had this hidden track, so like everything would get over, and then if you just wait for a little while, then another track would begin,
Oh,
which you wouldn't expect. But yeah, this is definitely very interesting, Nandita. And this whole session gives me an idea for a speech or music ML project. Create a learning set of speech from movies and music that plays on it to learn appropriate background music to
oh
play
my
based on.
god.
Yeah, totally. That's a very interesting idea. Um, I mean, it also makes me think of how like all like cafes and restaurants and like they always have like a running background music or soundscape or uh, you know um, to just sort of create a quote unquote mood in that sense, no? Um, and often, like depending on the time of the day or the number of people that are occupying the space, the experience of that changes. So that's definitely quite interesting.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not able to. There was. I
yeah,
just wanted to share with Nevos that particular link.
Christine.
नहीं नहीं the that very like technical machine learning and whispers wala thing. Maybe he'd be interested in
Acha,
reading
acha,
that.
that paper. Right,
Uh,
right.
Let me just
To
see.
research.
Okay,
I'll
wait.
also share
Okay, I think I
the
got
link.
it. Hi, Koel. Koel has just joined. Koel is from yesterday's stream. She's a filmmaker and artist based in Bombay. I don't know Suvani if you know her. She was in the stream yesterday, so some of the people may identify her. Um,
Right.
uh, Sorry, may recognize her. Wrong word. Um, okay, so that's about it from my end, Suvani. Maybe we can take it up later, but like, thanks for this
Yeah.
very interesting conversation around ideas of sound. It's something totally, as Ophelia said, it's totally exotic to me. So for me also it has that same same kind of feel. But for those who are really exploring sound and stuff with P5, they have a very like fairly well developed sound based library, which you can check out. You can do a lot of like interesting generative sound stuff rather than generative visual art stuff, which is, I mean, sort of quite popular as well now. So you can have a look at it. Of course, Koparzi and Sound Codes are the ones to go to if you really want to explore a bit more in that direction. And Nanditi now with her Sonic Pi experiments, uh, and
Hmm.
uh, and you can like annoy them and find out more. And of course,
We
finally, sorry, go ahead.
do some of this together and maybe do these sort of regular sessions for sound for people interested in like learning how
Yeah,
to
but like
code.
I'm goal in
Sound.
sound. Yeah, like this is Nanditi has to do the stream. Then because one has to understand the concepts of sound before one can like really,
So
you know,
Nanditi, please speak and
yeah,
I'll
like
join you.
beggar.
Yeah.
So because for me, like I don't even understand what it means. So like yeah. So yeah, and so thanks again for the Processing Foundation for like helping me do the second round, and thanks to Vani for joining, the other guests, and of course everyone who's joined in on the stream today. uh, I think the other stream with Nadika may happen later in the month. She's not too well, so I'll keep you guys posted about that. I've started a small emailer on Substack if someone wants to just keep updated about what's happening, specifically with this fellowship stuff. I'll be posting things there. So ping me on Instagram. I can share that link with you. Some of you are forced onto that list, so sorry guys. Um, and if you have any other questions to Suvani, where can we reach you, Suvani? Where can we
Email, I don't know, wherever. Should I leave
on
my
Instagram? Instagram? Email? And email? You don't leave email in chat. Huh?
Instagram is fine.
Yeah, okay.
Email is too like formal.
Yeah, cool.
Um, but yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Amrita. This was fun.
Thank you. Okay,
And
cool.
I hope we can just yeah, explore some of this more deeply and I can learn some more stuff
Cool.
from you.
Okay. So,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye.
And thanks as always for helping me with audio issues and code issues and everything else from on the stream. Bye.